So this is going to be a head-to-toe assessment project for my school, and I'm just confirming that you are agreeing to let me perform this assessment on you and put it up on YouTube for my project. Okay. We're going to have to speak up for that. So I'm going to just wash my hands first. Some alcohol. Way too much. And I'm just looking over your skin. See your arm? Good. Checking for any abnormalities, cuts, scrapes, bruises. Good. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to palpate your scalp and check your, and inspect it. Alright. Good. Are you having any tenderness?
No.
Alright. I'm going to have you raise your eyebrows and wrinkle your forehead. And I'm going to have you squint your eyes closed. Alright, and frown for me. And smile. And grit your teeth. Okay. And I'm going to feel your sinuses now. Is there any tenderness there?
No.
Okay. And your temporal. Any tenderness there?
No.
Alright, and now your jaw. Can you open your jaw for me? Good. And move your jaw side to side. And stick your jaw out. Good. Now I'm going to try to get your teeth together, and I'm going to try to pull down, and don't let me, okay? Okay. Good. So next I'm going to do is your eye assessment. So first thing I'm going to do is going to check your peripheral vision. So you're going to cover one eye, and I'm going to cover the opposite, whichever eye. I'm going to cover the opposite, and then you're going to tell me when you see this pen. All right? Can you say? You go ahead and say now when you see
Okay.
it.
No. No. No.
All right. Keep that eye covered. Keep that eye covered. I'm going to just switch hands so I can do this.
No. No. No.
All right. Now you can switch. Ready?
Mm-hmm. No. No. No.
Okay. Keep that eye covered.
No. No. No.
Okay. Good. So I'm going to have you look directly at this pen. Don't move your head. Just follow it with your eyes. Good. So the next thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you look at the wall behind me. And then look back at the pen. And look back at the wall. And then look back at the pen. Good. So the next thing I'm going to do is check your corneal light reflex. So just look straight at me, and I'm going to shine this light at your nose, alright? Good. I'm going to inspect your eyes. Good. And then I'm going to check your prepolar reflex by shining a light in your eye for a minute. So I'm going to have you do a reading test. Normally we would have you do the Snellen test, which is the letters on the chart, but we don't have that here. The Snellen test tests your visual ability, and what you would normally be able, if you can read the 20 line, then what you can see at 20 feet what others can see at 20 feet. So instead I'm going to have you take your reading glasses, since you do require reading glasses, and I'm going to have you read your book about 14 inches away while covering one eye. So cover an eye. Read a couple words.
One of the most important things you can understand as you begin this
Okay.
journey.
Now your other eye. Yep.
is knowing that God is good.
Okay. Alright, so, yeah, we can take those off. So the next thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to check your ears, so you can go ahead and put your hair behind your ears. You do have hearing aids, so we're going to keep those in for right now. I'm just going to check your ears. So is there any tenderness?
No?
Any tenderness here?
No?
Okay. So I'm going to do the whisper test with you, where I'm going to whisper 3 words into your ear, and you are going to keep your hearing aid in for that because you can't hear me otherwise. You'll take your hearing aid out of the other ear and cover that so you aren't hearing out of that opposite ear. I'll say 3 words and then you repeat them back to me. Alright?
Apple, toy, and car.
Good.
Paper, book, and couch.
Good. Alright. Perfect. Now, I'm going to check your nose. Just let me know if there's any tenderness. No?
No?
Okay. I'm going to have you cover one ear and breathe in and out. Any trouble?
No?
Other ear? Good. Alright. Then I'm going to check your mouth. So I'll just have you open up and lift your tongue out. Good. And I'm going to have you say ah. Good. Alright. And normally I would do a gag reflex test on you with the tongue depressor, pushing your tongue back a little bit. We aren't going to do that for this exam. What I will have you do is stick your tongue out, make sure that it's straight. Good. Now, the next thing I'm going to do with you is I'm going to palpate your neck. Alright. Any tenderness there? Your lymph nodes. Trachea is midline. Any tenderness down here?
No.
Lymph nodes. Alright. I'm going to feel your carotids. Good. And I'm going to have you do some range of motion. So I'm going to have you roll your shoulders. Good. Good. And then turn your head from side to side. Good. And then tilt. And then chin down. And chin all the way back. Good. Now I'm going to have you do all that with some resistance against it. So we're going to shrug your shoulders. Good. And turn your head against my hand like that. Good. Good. And then tilt your hand. Good. Good. And push. Good. Alright, now I'm going to check the back of your neck. I'm going to go behind you, check the front of your neck. I'm looking for your thyroid, okay? So I'm going to have you go ahead and swallow. Alright, swallow one more time. Good. Alright, while I'm back here, I'm just going to check your back for any spasms, rigidity, any tenderness.
No?
Good. Check your spine. Good. No tenderness?
No?
Alright, go ahead and take a deep breath for me. Good. I'm going to do some palpation or percussion here. Just let me know if it is tender to you. No?
No?
Okay. The next thing I'm going to have you do is take quite a few deep breaths so I can listen to your lung sounds. If you get dizzy or anything like that, just let me know. Go ahead. Good. So I'm going to give you a break from breathing for a minute, and I'm going to look at your upper extremities. So temperature wise, they are good. No swelling noted. I'm going to borrow your hands. Check your nails. I'm going to check your capillary refill. Good. Good. So I'm going to have you stick your arms out straight like that. Wiggle your fingers. Good. Squeeze. Relax. Good. Alright, I'm going to check your pulses here. Good. Check your brachial pulse. And then the lymph nodes. Good. And over here. Good. Alright. I'll have you stick your arms out again. And I'm going to have you put your hands down. Do a little range of motion with the wrist. Up. Push against mine. Good. Push them down. Good. Push them up. Good. Alright. I'm going to have you roll your wrists. Good. Put your arms up like this. Good. Alright, so push against mine. Good. And pull. Good. Alright, so we're going to do a little range of motion with your shoulders now. We're going to have your hands at your side, and your hands are going to be tilted out, and we're going to go up all the way. Good. And then you're going to go down like this, and then up again and down. Now you're going to put your arms straight out like this, go all the way up, straight, and then all the way back as far as you can go, and then like this. Good. Alright, so I'll have you lay down now. Actually, I'll have you sit up, but you can stay right there. You don't have to go too far. I'm going to listen to the front of your lungs right here before you lay down. Go ahead and take some more deep breaths from me, okay? Good. Alright, so I'm just going to have you lean forward a little bit. And just exhale and then hold it before you take another breath. Good. You're just listening for a murmur. You can go ahead and lay down. Alright, so I'm just taking a look at everything. Any tenderness here?
No.
Don't feel any palpitations. I'm going to take a look at your neck. Turn your head that way for me. And towards me. Good. There's tension there. Are you comfortable? Okay. So I'm going to take a listen to your heart next. There's going to be about 5 points that I take a listen to. I'm going to take your pulse, the apical site down here first for about 30 seconds or so. And then I will listen to the other points, and I'll listen with the diaphragm first and then with the bell. So 62. All right. And now with the bell. Pardon me. Good. I'm gonna have you roll a little bit this way. Good. Good. Alright. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look at your belly. Abdomen here. I don't see any pulsations or anything like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the diaphragm and listen to your quadrants, starting at the right lower quadrant and going clockwise from there. While you're here, I'm going to take the bell of the stethoscope and listen to your aorta. Next, I'm going to do some percussion on your abdomen. And then I'm going to do a little bit of soft palpation. You can tell me if anything's tender. No tenderness?
Nope.
Good. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is you're going to work with your hips and we're going to do some range of motion there. So I'm going to have you lift this leg straight up in the air as hard as you can. Good. And down. And then this leg. Same thing. Good. Down. I'm going to have you try to lift this leg while I push your resistance against it. Good. And this leg. Good. Alright. This leg, I'm going to have you bring your knee up towards your head. Bend it. Good. I'm going to have you bend your knee or roll your knee out. Good. And then roll your knee in. Good. And down. This one, you're going to do the same thing. Knee up. Knee out. Good. And knee in. Good. And down. No pain with that, right? Good. So I'm checking your legs. Temperature is good. No swelling noted. Any pain or tenderness in your legs or your feet?
No.
Good. All right, I'm just going to feel your pulses. Popliteal pulses are good. Now your stereotypical vestibule. Good. And your dorsalis pedis. Good. Good. All right, I'm just going to check your toes individually and check your capillary refill. Good. All right, can you squinch your toes for me? Good, and fan them out. Good. I'm going to have you point your toe, bring your toes up towards your nose. Good, and point them towards the ground. Good, all right, relax. Roll your ankles around. Good, relax. I'm going to have you try to pull them up towards your nose again against resistance. Good, and try to push them away. Good. All right, without moving your knees, I'm going to have you move your ankles out this way. Good, and in. Good. All right. Now you can, nope, I'm going to check your Babinski reflex while you're lying down. Good? Good. All right. Also while you're lying there, I'm going to check your sensory, or your sensation on your upper extremities, lower extremities, face area. So I'm going to touch you with a cotton swab somewhere and you just tell me where it is. Close your eyes. Thank you.
Left arm, right arm, left leg, right foot, left foot, right leg, left cheek, right arm, left hand, right hand, right cheek.
Good. All right, so now you can go ahead and sit up on the edge here with your feet dangling. The next thing I'm going to have you do, you can start there. The next thing, or go ahead and scoot it up right like that. I'm going to have you take this heel and run it down along your shin and up. Good, and then the opposite. Good, good. I'm going to check your reflexes here. Good. All right. The next thing I'm going to have you do is hold your hands out like this. And I'm going to have you touch your thumb to each finger. Good. And I'm going to give you some objects. Close your eyes. I want you to be able to tell me what these objects are with your eyes closed.
Key,
Mm-hmm.
a ring,
Yes. And last item.
rubber band.
Yes. All right. Okay. So I'm going to have you stand up now. And I'm just going to have you stand with your feet together, actually. And you're going to keep your hands at your side, not touching anything, and just going to see ya. This is monitoring your balance and coordination. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes. You're going to keep them closed for about 20 seconds. I'm going to see your sense of position is what we're looking at. Okay, you can open them up. So what I'm going to have you do now is I'm going to have you walk over there. Good, stop. And then you're going to walk back heel to toe. Good. And then you're going to turn around and walk the other way on your tippy toes. Good. And you're going to walk back on your heels. Good. So the next part, I'm gonna have you stand to the side and I'm gonna have you bend one leg. And then you're gonna bend down on the other, good? And then you're gonna do the opposite. Good. All right. Now we're gonna do some spinal range of motion. And I'm gonna have you, I'm gonna switch places with you. I'm gonna have you bend down, touch your toes. Good. And then bend all the way back. Good. And go side to side. Good. And twist. I'm gonna have you stick your hands straight out like this. And I'm gonna have you go back and forth. Good. Good. All right. I think that about covers it. Thank you for helping me.